These are my EMEA Week 3 Pickems. Now in this video, first up, it's only gonna be about EMEA, since the games for Pacific and Americas, as well as the playoffs for China, start later this week. And I've had my PC crash like 2 weeks ago, which is why only now there's another video coming out. So in the meantime, I had to try and fix that stuff and get back all of my stuff for the map elos, which took longer than expected. So yeah, now we're back to regular videos, but since I was a bit short on time, now we're only gonna do EMEA today, since there are games tomorrow, and then I have a bit more time for Pacific and Americas, which the video will probably come out for the Pickems on Thursday, and then on Friday probably China, with the playoff pick'ems as well as power rankings for China, looking back onto the stage 2 group stage and what the playoffs might look like, since it's gonna be who will qualify for champs. So yeah, that's gonna be on Friday then. And now let's head straight into EMEA and the map elos for the teams. So here we are, and as you can see, I've gotten rid of the which teams have permabans or which maps they haven't played before, because as you can see, most of the EMEA teams have either played all of the maps or only not played Corrode, and the exception of that being Apex, who's the only team who has a permaban in Bind. So yeah, that's why I've gotten rid of that. You can see the elo change since the start of stage 2 compared to the elos these teams had coming into stage 2. This is what it currently looks. As you can see, most of the teams are roughly where they were before, with not too many changes. And yeah, you might be a bit confused since a lot of the teams went up by a bit and not as much teams went down, and not by as much, but this is due to the teams playing on new maps which they haven't played before, and the set elo for teams playing a map that they haven't played before is at 1500. So that might just be higher than their average elo, certainly for the lower half of the teams. So this is where that comes from. So let's look at the teams. I think the elo ratings are actually fairly decent in EMEA. We have Fnatic, then Liquid and Heretics at the top, which I do think are by far the three strongest teams in EMEA, and are the three teams that you have to beat to try and make it to champions. So I think that is spot on. And then after it, you have the three teams in Vitality, K-Corp, and BBL, which I would say is also quite accurate. I would put BBL a bit higher, I think, than what it is by the elo rating. But I must say the elo rating thus far is fairly decent, because then following that you have Giant X, Foot, and Navi kind of in the same sphere, or Giant X and Foot in the same sphere, which I think is fair. They do look kind of similar in strength. And then following that you have Navi, who are clearly a step above Gentlemates and Koi, who are then a step above Apex. I think this is a very reasonable elo rating that has happened. So looks like the map elos for EMEA work out quite well already. So now let's get into the Pickems for EMEA. So first of all, I've been doing kind of alright. I've kind of gotten my Preds have kind of gotten better over time with EMEA. First week 3 and 3, then 4 and 2, and now 5 and 1 last week. I hope this trend continues. But yeah, so for these pick'ems, first up we have Heretics against Foot. I think Heretics are favorites. I don't quite see a world where Foot wins this. Maybe if Zeus has like a really good game, since he's been kind of struggling in stage 2, and if CNET gets like a lot of impact with an orb, maybe then Foot might have a chance, but even then, like on Heretics, Wood might as well have a really insane game and take over on their side. So I just don't see a way where Foot wins this game. Next up, Koi should win against Apex. They look way better than Apex. Even though Apex now has started to play a bit of double duelist, which I think is good. It is the right way for them, but it's way too little and way too late. They played close against Team Liquid, and theoretically they could still make playoffs, but they would need to win against Koi and then win against Fnatic. And let's be real, they won't win against Fnatic, so they're essentially eliminated. And I think Koi has a more realistic shot at still making playoffs. And yeah, Betty G and Monster have looked really good, so I'm gonna go with Koi here. Next up, Gentlemates against Giant X. This is like a secret banger. Like neither of these teams are really good, but they're both like fairly decent. They're both like in the like midfields, making playoffs or just about not making playoffs. But I have to give it to Giant X just because Gentlemates have not shown that they know how to close out a map. They've been really close a couple of times, but they've always been far ahead, like 12-3, 12-5 or something, and they still managed to lose the map. So yeah, I don't know how I should trust Gentlemates now against Giant X, so I have to go with Giant X, who also look kind of decent and I think will be interesting to see in playoffs. Then Navi against K-Corp. I think K-Corp are clear favorites. I don't think that there's no way for Navi to win. They certainly have the potential to win. They've looked very decent against Fnatic. They looked like they might win it. Couldn't just about get over the line, but you don't know how much of them being good against Fnatic was just that they are more similar in style, so it was easier for them to counter Fnatic. But yeah, I'm gonna go with K-Corp. They just look way better. Aves has been really insane, and I think he'll continue to be really good, and K-Corp should win this. Then we have Vitality against BBL. This is also a really close match. It could genuinely go either way. It's just the question, do you trust more in like Durke and Les having a really good game, or do you have more trust in BBL as a unit? And I have to say I have more trust in BBL. I think they played very well all year long. They've shown all year long that they play very well together. and I don't think that Vitality has shown me as much, like have given me as much of a reason to make me believe in them. So I'm going with BBL. And then lastly, we're gonna have the banger game, the match of the week, Team Liquid versus Fnatic. And this game also is really close. I hope it really delivers on what it's supposed to be, and that we get some top tier Valorant here. But who am I gonna pick? I think Fnatic have overall looked better this year. They are probably the better team, but I kind of have a feeling that Team Liquid is gonna win against Fnatic, and I'm really sold on Team Liquid ever since Trex came in. I think he fits really good into the team, especially when he's playing like scan initiators. I think then especially he really sets up the team nicely, gives good info. He frags out really well, and I mean, Kiko has been insane all year long as well. So I think it's reasonable to pick either team. And even though I think Team Liquid winning is like a minor, like a mini upset, I still kind of have the feeling like that's what we're gonna get. And yeah, these are my pick'ems locked in. I wish you guys luck in with your pick'ems as well, and I hope we get a couple of bangers with EMEA. There are certainly a few who could be, and I'll see you guys next time.